Okay, my favorite magazine in the whole wide world. And I've got a couple of ideas for a couple of future videos, future series. I'm all excited. I want to get them done yesterday, but it's going to take some time. I found a list I made in 2014, and I found it was still on my computer. I was like, yes. So, gonna work, 2 new series gonna work on. So we'll start that up. Look for some new stuff this week. Plus, we're still doing the book reviews. But my favorite magazine. You will not find a magazine in existence today like this. The only thing that comes remotely close is Goodreads, the website. There are some, and there are a few other websites for a few other genres, but Mystery Scene and New York Page Review and all those, no one does this many a month, besides Goodreads and a few others. But this was awesome. Back in the day when this existed, this was my Bible. This is what I waited for delivery, and I would read this. I would read this for hours and days and days. In fact, it's over 14 years later, and I'm still reading it, and I'm still getting author ideas from it all these years later. So anyways, welcome to the Dealerys book series. I'm Christina, Kristina. This is Flashback Monday. Last week I did experiment because this video will, even however length it takes, it will take 8 to 10 hours to upload to YouTube. Let my power go off. Bing, 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 bing. 7. It's not 7 o'clock, but it bings 7. No stepping on my computer. You stepped on it last time. But so I had because these take, the internet may be fast. My connection may be fast, but my computer is quite old. And so it walks like a turtle, just like my YouTube channel walks like a turtle. So it'll take 8 hours to upload this to YouTube. I'm serious, absolutely serious. That's how long it will take, especially with the extras. So this is November 2008, and we've got a couple of extra special things. I couldn't find, doing all these, I have discovered all these books that I no longer have, and I'm pissed off that I no longer have them, and I'm going on rebuying them. Anybody wants to send me some free gifts? So we've got our Sharon page here, and we will get into her. We will get into her again too, but it seems I have quite a few. We want to talk about, I don't know where all my notes are, but here we have Against Doctor's Orders, KM Daughters. Henna, housewife killer, continues to evade the police. ER Dr. Molly Jordan treats Detective Danny Sullivan when he's brought to her ER with a bullet wound. A cop's widow and single parent, Molly is fiercely averse to the life of a worrying, loving a cop details, and Danny isn't any cop. He's the son of a retired commissioner and one of 6 siblings who are law enforcement. Hark the herald angels sing. I don't know where my notes are, but I knew. Oh, and heads up, there's going to be some young adults in this podcast. I mean, I'll probably do it again, but hark, hark the herald angels scream. It's a mystery suspense. It got 3 stars. Ballard delivers a pleasant little Christmas cozy set in an eccentric southern town with an angelic sleuth. Pour the tea, set out the cookies, and settle back in front of a fire for this charming tale of caroling, cookies, and murder. Stone's Throw, South Carolina is busy organizing for the holiday season when Lucy Nam Pilgrim, with a little help from her guardian angel Augusta Goodnight, discovers a body on her grandmother's abandoned estate. As she pokes into the murder, Lucy Nam suspects this death is related to one family past tragedy. As more suspects emerge, another body is discovered and one of her friends is poisoned. Interesting. We will get to Miss Hoyt in a minute. We'll do those in order. Oh, and back in the day for your erotica, you went to Sandham or Eller's Cave. Once upon a time, Santa Page. Erotica turned historical romance author Sharon Page has come out of the closet after selling A Gentleman Seduced to an independent publisher, Eller's Caves, in 2003. Page kept her identity as an erotic auteur secret from her family for almost 2 years. While winning accolades for richly plotted tales and fully fleshed out characters, she toiled away full-time at an engineering firm and cared for her family while meeting writing deadlines. As Page smartly remarks, like any small business, writing requires hard work. With the sale of 3-book historical series to editor Hilary Snares at Kensington, based expressly on a single character and synopsis, and then the additional sale of 2 vampire erotic romances and 1 novella a month later to the same publisher, Page knew the time had come to tell her family. And we will get to these at a later time. Blood Rose. Serena's erotic dreams of vampires are so vivid, so intense. Could she be one? Drake Smith and Lord Summersby, 2 daring vampire hunters, might know the truth about her past and her future. The trio searches the dark streets of London for answers. She cannot say no when Summersby and Drake introduce her to another existence entirely, one in which only extraordinary sensual pleasure matters. Okay. I put this post-it note on here 20 years ago. Blood Red. Althea Yates is a vampire hunter skilled with the crossbow and the stake. She knows nothing of a man's touch or how to control the unladylike dreams. Okay. Then Vanetta Hamilton is no stranger to erotic art, and her father's lush paintings are one of society's secret pleasures. Okay. Which one is in the... I don't want to read the same one twice, but we'll just go through them. Blood Deep. Somebody else. Blood Wicked. Black Silk. All right, we'll come back to those. All right, then there's this whole comic book thing. And remember, we did them with the Anita Blake books. Go back and check my video on those. it was a big thing. She's not even mentioned here. Hamilton's not even mentioned in this article. But I've seen the James Patterson did a couple. I've only seen a couple. There may be more out there of the Maxim series, the young adult Maxim series, but they did. Graphic novels were big for a couple of years. I mean, I guess they're probably still big. All the Sookie Stackhouse was done in comics. I have those. I should bring those down. Do those one day. Then I wanted to just mention. Oh, I just love this. I used to have these two. I don't know what they went. The Maria Lima. They're vampire books. Matters of the Blood. Here we go. Career Kelly, half-breed descendant of powerful paranormal family in Texas, is faced with the vision of her cousin's brutal murder. Discovering the truth may mean alienating everyone she knows, from her ex-lover Sheriff Carton Lawson to the mysterious Adam Walker. And then Blood Bargain. Kara is back, and this time she's got her 1,200-year-old shapeshifter brother looking over her shoulder. I was a series person. I like series. I'm a series person. I like the character progression from book to book to book. Oh, I just did this. For that series we just talked about, Mr. Ripper. Quite a few people do this. Patricia Cornwell does one too. Oh, and we'll get to these guys. Modesto. Alright, now, this gave me an idea for something else. But young adults, there's always people out there that want young adult stuff. And there are some authors that I read that have a young adult side. And we'll show a few. There's this whole series. It was a new thing. Teen had been a thing for a really long time, but then somewhere along the line, someone just decided to make a new category of young adult. And a lot of these categories in this magazine have been redefined today. Urban, paranormal, fantasy, and sci-fi, they all got mixed up for a few years. They all got combined into one umbrella for a few years. So if you like this, you'll like that. I think I got a podcast coming up here. Deb Colette will do one of these for her because I found it. It's always refreshing to read a book that one can enjoy and learn from, as a teenager or as an adult. Kudos to Colette for constantly challenging the genre. Wild Rose, a tale of mental illness, divorce, and love, awarded top gold pick. Sarah Dessen, a big-time blockbuster in the young adult market. RT reviewer and former editor Lauren Spielberg calls her a fearless storyteller who's gone head-to-head with issues like rape, death, and abandonment, much like Jodi Picoult. I've seen a lot of Jodi's books in the shop. Another author for whom no topic is really off-limits. Try Dessen's 2006 Just Listen about Annabelle, a high school student with a devastating secret. Elizabeth Scott says, former managing editor Tara Gillissimo, Scott doesn't talk down to teens, and her books deal with young women finding their own identities after rejecting their lives their parents have. Why not check out Scott's latest dark tale of a child's abduction, Living Dead Girl? Sci-fi, right there. Scott Westerfield, a wild, futuristic world portrayed in best-selling series Uglies, can rival that of any adult science fiction writer out there. Raven Holler says Westfield, he writes superbly and thought-provoking on politics and revolution. Marissa Marr's dark fantasies are teen-appropriate while being great adult reads. For 2007, Wickedly Lovely is on par with that of almost any fantasy bigwig, as Anslin deals with fairies that only she and Grandma can see. Charles Lynch, science fiction heavy hitter who's won the Allegiance of RT Sci-Fi Review, and Natalie Lurs, has embarked on the trippiest adventure of all, writing for teens. I adore him, gushes Laura. Why not see if DELINT can turn you into a fangirl too? Try his 2008 release Dingo. Historical. Anna Godbersen. The Gossip Girls of the Gilded Age are becoming as obsession-worthy as their 21st century incarnations, with even higher stakes, after all. And 1899 teens had to worry about marrying well. Check out The Beginning, LUXE from HarperCollins. Let's see if we can do this. Down here. There it is right there. Readers rave about Gemma Doyle's trilogy, which follows Gemma as she attends the Spence Academy, a finishing school outside of London. A great and terrible beauty. There you go. Paranormal. Oh, I have this one. It's over there. Mary Janice Davison. Sure, you know her, Queen Betsy, and the Manolo shoes and the Louis Vuittons. But Davison also pens the Dragonfield Jennifer Scales series with her husband, Anthony Alongi. The books get Haller's seal of approval. Yeah, I think I've got one over there. On Rick Riordan, now he's become a big deal. I see him a lot, his books a lot, but there, picture of it. Rick Riordan Spielberg loves the series Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Oh, yeah, Percy Jackson. Hey, look, he started somewhere. That's a huge series now. For Mystery for Teens, Peter Abrahams. Enamored with Sherlock Holmes, Abrahams' heroine Ingrid solves mysteries thanks to her own town connection, which helps to unbelievable factor for the teen sleuth. Right there. Linda Gerber. If death got you down, how about Murder on a Beautiful Beach? Gerber's fun take on teen sleuths has a main character out for solving crimes and enjoying island life in Death by Bikini from Pubbin. Inspirational. If you're looking for an inspirational read or just some good, clean books to steer a teen or yourself toward the young adult Christian market, may be right for you. Michelle Sutton, Archie Inspirational reviewer Michelle Parcell raved about Sutton's debut, It's Not About Me, out about Sheep's House. Reminds me of a modern-day Judy Blume. Lisa Sampson, the inspirational author, offers a take on the LA It Girl troupe. With Christian Lint, Sampson's Hollywood Nobody series is about a girl whose mom works for the movies. Right there. Jenny B. Jones. Jones pens a heartwarming series about Kate Parker, a foster kid who gets placed in small-town Texas, but don't let the subject get you down. These are very funny, down-to-earth books. Also, Kelly Armstrong writes a youth trilogy, The Darkest Powers. RESHONDA Tate Billingsley writes The Good Girls with a Z on the end. Rachel Caine, I have some of hers, The Weathers. She does a weather series. She also does the Morganville Vampires. I've got those over there. PC Cass, the author, does double duty writing Greek God-filled fantasies for solo adults, along with her daughter, Christian Alyssa Day, Triple Threat, writes Poseidon's Warriors Holiday tackles contemporaries. 15-year-old Jesse who's lacking superpowers. What did I see? Oh, I was thinking of the. I was thinking of these. The Vampire Academy. Okay. So, anyways. Spooky. Oh, John Green, he's still around. I see his books all the time. Oh, I just showed you the Vampire Academy. It's in here. Succubi and Powerful Shamans. Okay. We haven't even gotten to our sections yet. Oh, I put this up. Michelle Bardsley. Wait till your vampire gets home. We'll get to that in a minute. Michelle Bardsley. In the dead night, sneak up on the guy tending a grave in the creepy cemetery. Try not to freak out when he uses his sexy Vlad voice to command you. Yeah, as if. When chased by snarling, ravenous vampires, run very, very fast, leap into a vampire's strong arms, and scream for help. Okay. Seduction at Christmas. We'll talk about this one too. Jesus, we haven't even gotten to our topics yet. For those of you who don't know, and if you're still here, and according to my statistics, you left a long time ago. This book has categories. We have historical, romance, and we have mystery, and sci-fi, and we have inspirational, and paranormal. So we'll start with our historical romance, and we'll go back to, I had a lot of these books. He had a full page. There you go. Elizabeth Hoyt. 4.5 stars. The Decadent Duke. Oh, wait a minute. That's Virginia Henley. Sorry. All right. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. She's going to be one of these then. The Decadent Duke. I have some of hers, but not this one. 4.5 stars. The incomparable Henley captures the aura of the Georgia era in famous personages, bounty parties, duels, politics, and passion all make this novel a standout. The Scots Duchess of Gordon marries off all her daughters to dukes. That's why her youngest, Lady Georgiana, must wed the notorious decadent Francis, the Duke of Bedford. It doesn't matter that he has a mistress and illegitimate children all over England, or that Georgiana isn't attracted to him. Then Georgiana falls in love with the Duke's younger brother, John Russell, whose wife is dying. But it isn't until she dies and Francis pushes the suit too hard by attacking Georgiana that scandal erupts. Then a twist of fate gives John and Georgiana a second chance at a happy ending. Aww. So that got 4.5 stars. Then we have Seduction at Christmas. Maxwell begins her new Scandals and Seduction series with a rousing adventure featuring delicious, stubborn characters, sensual games, and a lively repartee. Dominic Linstead, the Duke Holborn, is reminded of a vision warning him to beware innocence when a lovely young woman walks into his room at the inn, followed by assassins. Fiona Lachlan is helping a friend by slipping a potion into the aristocrat's drink. Suddenly, men are breaking down the door, and she must help the Duke escape. They flee to his family home, where Fiona becomes entangled in his quest to reclaim a stolen ring, locate a missing Spaniard, and learn who wants him dead and why. And then they've also got some passion going on there. Let's go here. Okay. So that's 2. Alright, here we go. Elizabeth Hoyt. Let's go back to that page. Okay, Elizabeth Hoyt. 4.5 stars. Hoyt's magical fairy tale romances have won the hearts of readers who adore sizzling sensuality perfectly merged with their poignancy. Her latest showcases her talent for creating remarkable characters and cherished stories that make us believe in the miracle of love. After Jasper Renshaw, Lord Vale is jilted. He's stunned when Melissa Fleming proposes marriage. Vale realizes this is his chance to gain a wife and heir. Melisandre has loved Vale for years. She knows he's a rogue, but also sees the sadness in his heart and vows to make him happy. Vale discovers his bride is a lady in the parlor and sensual tigress in the bedroom, but nightmares from his days in the colonies plague him, and he must find the traitor responsible without destroying the beautiful life he has with Melisandre. Another lady we all like. Oh, see, look at all these historical romances they did this month. Look at all these books. There's more here than just in this one category than in other magazines. Oh. Alright. Alright, let's do this one. Jane Feather. I had all hers. I shouldn't have given them away. There was she did the 7 brides, 7 groom thing. So there's 7 books with the girls and 7 books with the boys. I'll have one of these days I'll find them again. It's anthology. Snowy Night with a Stranger. Jane Feather, Sabrina Jeffries, and Julia London. 3 top-notch Regency authors provide a delightful mix of styles and character. A blizzard forces Ned Vassy, Viscount Allington, to the home of Lord Roger Selby. Ned is intrigued by Selby's ward Georgiana, who's hiding something. He's soon embroiled in a delightful mystery and romance in Feather's holiday gamble. After an coach accident, heiress Eleanor Branford and her 3 charges are at the mercy of Martin Thorncliffe, a.k.a. the Black Baron, a cranky misanthrope, but once she unleashes his passion, Ellie is determined to keep him, and Martin is complete agreement, as Geoffrey tells it in When Sparks Fly. In London Story, Lady Fiona Haynes must spend a snowy night with a Highlander, While hunting, her brother Lord Duncan Buncan agrees to help, but she thinks he's just a big man with a damaged arm and a patched eye. What will happen when his true identity is revealed? And our other four. I had all the Lucian Monroes too, but we'll have to look. McKettricks. I tried starting collecting all of these. There's quite a few of them. This got 4 stars. Short, exciting, loving, and filled with holiday spirit. Miller's Gift is a tale about those who believe in the power of love and family transcends the ordinary when a little magic shows them the true meaning of Christmas. You'll have to read the Mallory's. I got this one here hanging here. She Joanna Lindsay did one like this with the Mallory, and it's just fabulous. It's one of my favorites. Lindsay McKettrick is coming home with 2 surprises. She's the town's new school teacher, and she has a would-be fiancé, Whitley Carson. He might seem a bit selfish and city-bred, but Lizzie thinks he's great husband material. Then their train gets caught in an avalanche, and handsome stranger comes to rescue. Dr. Morgan Shane, Indian Jock, new doctor, cares for the wounded and frightened passengers with Lizzie's help, while Whitney whines and rushes headlong into trouble. Lizzie realizes she needs a man like Morgan after another avalanche threatens rescue and food optimism dwindle. Lizzie still believes her family will arrive, Christmas will come, and love will flourish. Patrick's. And I just wanted to do an honorable mention. Connie Mason's. She's finished. Connie Mason's got a book in here, and I'll try and find it for one of these. The tale of a Danish vixen and a Viking warrior is full of action, heightened sexual tension, and enough twist to keep readers glued to their chair. Got 4 stars. It's called Viking Warrior. It says Raina is stolen from a home, locked in a harem, and then given to Wolf the Ruthless. Wolf hates the Danes for the murder of his wife and unborn child and isn't happy to be given such a willful, belligerent, and stunning beauty. But the boundaries between right and wrong blur in the heat of passion. There's an earlier one, also called Viking. The first time he saw her, she was clad in nothing but moonlight and mist and the midnight cloud of illustrious hair, and from that moment Thorn the relentless knew he'd been bewitched by the maiden bathing in the forest pool. How else to explain the torrid dreams that haunt his night, the fierce longings that kept his hard muscles, warrior's body in constant state of arousal. And Shannon Drake. We go. Shannon Drake, the Pirate Bride. Known for creating memorable tales of romantic adventure, Drake, also known as Heather Graham, takes to high seas in one of her most delightful action-packed stories of a woman masquerading as a man and the man who makes her want to be a woman. Dreaded pirate Red Roberts is driven by revenge. No one could ever guess that the cold-hearted scourge of the sea is a woman who wants to cut Blair calm. A ruthless man set to sell her into marriage when she escapes as she plunges the seas and hunts calm. She captures Captain Laird Logan Hogarty's vessel and holds him captive. When they're shipwrecked on a deserted island, she rediscovers her feminine side and the power of sexuality. And I think we've actually done more than 5. So we'll move on here to inspirational. Let's see. Sandra Ford. This life isn't perfect. Holla. If you're a Big Brother fan, they had Derek's little girl go, holla, holla, daddy, holla. Sorry. This got 4.5 stars. In her debut, Foy finds that wow factor that makes readers herald a writer's work. First-person point of view and active dialogue grant readers intimate access to a whimsical, poignant, and soul-searching moments that unravel a cascade of romance and duplicity. Kimberly is aggravated that her husband is still clinging to his mother like a nursing infant, and her troubles snowball when a report for a client mysteriously fails to reach its destination. She gets fired, spirals into desperate depression, loses her children to a strange husband, and discovers the missing file is a federal case. She rebounds and becomes adamant about clearing her name. The courage and support of family and friends are crucial to her success. Gloria Goldwright, Open Doors. The universality of the heroine's experiences in Goldwright's latest evokes a strong emotion response in the readers. We've all met her or someone like her and gone through the same things. Distraught over the sudden death of her analyst husband Neil, artist Elaine Gordon embarks on a literal and spiritual journey, visiting each of the 4 children in turn. All have a different lesson to teach. From Sarah, an artisan who lives in Jerusalem, Elaine learns to appreciate the simple things in life and to cherish her own creativity. From Peter, a producer who lives in California, how rare and precious a good marriage is. From Lisa, a doctor on the verge of adopting a Russian orphan, how blessed she is to have her family. From Dennis, an attorney, and his partner Andrew, that great love transcends race and gender. Fern Michaels, Collateral Damage. It's hard to believe that this is the 11th story in the Sisterhood series. The women of the Sisterhood are not as front and center as usual, but no worries. It gives some of the equal interesting supporting characters a chance to shine. When the Democrat and Republican parties claim their confidential lists of fundraisers have been stolen, both reach out to the Sisterhood for assistance, with the Republicans offering a presidential pardon as a reward. It all seems a bit too good to be true, so before coming out of hiding, the sister dispatches a strong support network to find out what's really happening. Alexandra McCall Smith, The World According to Birdie, 4 stars. Smith succeeds where many others fail. He writes intelligently and creates characters that are both interesting and relationships that make the reader become invested in the story. 44 Scotland Street is home to several intriguing people, not the least of whom Birdie is a precious 6-year-old. Birdie's perspective on life and the lives of the characters residing at 44 Scotland Street is shaken up by changes, including the arrival of his baby brother Ulysses. And Kathleen Bacchus anchors away. Bacchus provides a perfect escape into Tress's world, where her very own Jack Sparrow and Will Turner are after her. There may be a possible murder plot, and the staff is trying to kill their passengers in way of healthy eating. Tressa Jane Turner is always attracting trouble, and once it finds her, she can't let it go. But her next bout occurs on a cruise ship, where she's celebrating her grandmother's recent wedding. Once she's there, Teresa realizes that her beef-loving self is a stuck, unhealthy lifestyle ship for a week, that someone is planning murder, and she has 2 very good-looking men vying for her attention. Romantic suspense. That was mainstream fiction, by the way. No. Yeah, that was mainstream fiction. Some teen. If anybody wants to look at some teen. Romantic suspense. Shiloh Walker. This excellent story features great characters and a fully developed plotline. Walker creates a lot of suspense without overdoing the gore and builds the lives of the characters so readers can really get attached to them. 4.5 stars. Tage is able to physically find missing children when the daughter of former love Cullen disappears. He's trying anything to find her, even Tage again. Not only is Tage surprised to see Cullen at her door, but the picture of his daughter matches the girl who has haunted her dreams for years. Deadly Harvest. Graham's second Flynn Brothers book is atmospheric and plays with nerve-wracking accuracy on many universal fears. 4.5 stars. Occult expert Rowena Cavanaugh and PI Jeremy Flynn aren't strangers, but they've never collaborated professionally. Then ex-cop Jeremy's former partner Brad Johnston is accused in the disappearance of his wife Mary and calls Jeremy for help. Rowena is asked to consult. Sherry Adair, Night Secrets. 4.5 stars. Adair adds more sinister mystery to the second book in a trilogy within the T-Flack series. A trio of wizard Foster brothers' secrets from the past may lead to disturbing discoveries. The heading and sexy repartee between these protagonists is vintage Adair. Wizard and T-Flack agent Lucas Fox magic shorts out while he teleports and he crashes at a media spot in Brazil. Author Sidney McBride runs into a wounded Lucas and figuring that there's one hell of a book in his story, she hides Lucas from soldiers hunting him. Lucas has been trailing a criminal while he landed at the spa. Is something sinister going on? As Lucas and Cindy investigate, they discover a terrible operation that may be linked to terrorists. We can do this. Shannon McKinnon, Ultimate Weapon. Let's see if I can do this. McKenna's latest is a mix of dark characters and dark emotion. Her protagonists are unprolific about their difficult past or the choices they've made, and their chilly natures are perfectly balanced by the heat they generate and their loving protection for baby Rachel. Mercenary Val is trying to leave his life of crime behind, but when his boss captures Val's adopted father, Val must perform one last job to win his freedom. Unfortunately, capturing and delivering Tamajan isn't going to be as easy as it sounds. And is she in here or paranormal? She's in paranormal, so we'll get to her in a minute. Cindy Gerard, Take No Prisoners, 4.5 stars. Round 2 of the Black Ops adventure keeps the danger quotient high and the revenge motivation boiling. Gerard's tough band of protagonists don't shy away from facing or executing the dark and dirty side of covert security. Black Ops operative Sam Long has only returned to active status to destroy Frederick Nader, the terrorist who murdered his sister. Abby Hughes suspects her kid brother Corey is in trouble, but she has no idea how much he's caught in the middle of a war and stolen diamonds between Nader and his archival Desmond Fox and is being held hostage. 4.5 stars. And Carla Neggers. Well-drawn characters, complex plotting, and plenty of weary humor are the hallmarks of Neggers' books. In the wake of scandals, Secret Service agent Jo Harper goes home to Black Falls, where her ex-lover Elijah Cameron is in town to look into his father's death. Jo's friend Thomas is also in trouble. Having witnessed the death of Ambassador Alexei Broom, Jo agrees to look into the matter, and before long both she and Elijah are wondering if this father's death and Broom's are connected. Racing against clock and a pair of vicious killers while battling their feelings for each other is a challenge to say the least. Oh, there it is. Carla Niggers, cold supports. Connie Mason. Kathleen Backus. Alyssa Wilds. And Cheryl Henneke. She was big in the day. Science fiction. The Reawakening. Jerry Smith. Jerry Smith, 4.5 stars. The Reawakened. You don't want to miss the powerful conclusion in the aspect of Crow trilogy. Smith's ready story tells the effortlessly and shifting perspective. The tension increases and never lets up. Unforgettable characters portray every emotion in a heart-wrenching, hopeful tale. Rhea's world. Everyone has magic bestowed by their animal spirits. Her gift, the spirit of the crow, shows her a vision of a future that fills her with terror. Her world is threatened by the descendants those who disregard their guardian spirits to embrace technology. 4.5 stars. Alan Dean Foster. I have some of his. He does the Pathfinder series. You'll have to check that out. Or the Spellbinder series. Pathfinder. I think it's Pathfinder. Alan Dean Foster, the Quorum, while Foster's latest novel of Commonwealth served as an introduction to next year's final Pip and Flicks adventure, it isn't essential to have read the rest of the series. Like the best of a classic sci-fi, this is a page-turner. 4 stars. When a planet suddenly appears out of nowhere, the Commonwealth scientific community dispatches a team to explore it. The 5 humans and 1 Thrax find the planet, but they can't make sense out of it. The ocean is alcoholic and evolution seems hit or miss. Despite the alien environment, it's murder that strands 3 of the scientists and Quorum, which has again shifted position in the universe. Abandoned with no hope of rescue, Havadi, Nicholas, and Val and Nebdrib make discoveries that others would not believe, yet knowing that no one will find their files, their spirits sag. Don Scalazzi, Agent to the Stars. This is Scalazzi's first science fiction novel, first published on his website, then in a limited hardcover edition, and now finally in paperback. It's a first contact tale unlike any other, told through the lens of Hollywood with aliens who look like the Blob. Tom Stein is one of Hollywood's youngest agents, and he's just nabbed the deal of a lifetime, introducing the alien Yakra to humans. There are, however, a few problems. Yakran are gelatinous blobs who smell disgusting and have some abilities that, when discovered, will press more than a few of humanity's freak buttons. Sharon Shin, Fortune and Fate. As usual, Shin delivers a fascinating story. Wen is a powerful and captivating protagonist, and her intricately and believed plotted story is absolutely wonderful. Writer Wen, despairing of her place in Galgaea after the war and after her perceived failure to protect her king in the land of Fortunalt, controlled by one of the formerly rebellious houses of her nation, committed to helping those in need as penance for her failure. Ren doesn't get close to anyone. Then she helps a girl who has been abducted by one of her suitors. Upon their arrival at Kaylin's home, Ren discovers that her rescuee is heir to the estate known as Fortune, one of those responsible for the king's death. And let's see, we did that one. David Drake, The God's Return. Having 2 characters embodied in one person is a trick for any author. Drake makes the voice in his protagonist's head its own distinct personality, as he does with all his characters. Garrick and a small group of loyal friends and family have finally established his rule without contest of the Isles. Each of the small isles has been visited and sworn fealty, and as they return to their throne, they hope to bring peace and rest home with them. However, they've managed to release the old gods from the other planes of existence, and the servants of the forbidden gods have begun to call forth ancient evils in the hope of removing all forms of life to make way for the new reign of the Dark Gods. Inspirational. Out of her hands, Megan DeMira. No sophomore slump for DeMira. This novel is engaging and meaningful as her first searching for spice. Her realistic portrayal of the characters' lives should endear them to readers and help Christians to feel less alone in their daily trials. After reigniting the fire in her marriage, Linda Rivera is ready to face additional challenges ahead. What she doesn't expect is that her 20-something son will acquire a girlfriend who rubs Linda the wrong way and who doesn't share her son's faith. To top that off with the news that her recently widowed father-in-law has a girlfriend too. How can Linda learn to accept and go when things aren't going the way she always imagined they would? 4.5 stars out of her hands. Lauren Snelling, One Perfect Day. There you go. 4.5 stars. Snelling's captivating tale will immediately draw readers in. The grief process is aptly portrayed, and readers will be enthralled by the raw emotion of Jenna and Nora's account. Though they are strangers, Jenna and Nora's lives are about to intersect. Nora, the mother of twins, is dreaming of the perfect Christmas before her kids graduate. Her husband, Gordon, is returning from Germany, and Nora is finalizing all the small details. But a tragic accident changed their lives forever. Jenna, a single mother, is praying for a Christmas miracle. Her daughter, Heather, is in need of a heart transplant and is getting weaker every day. Maureen Lang, My Sister Dilly. 4 stars. Long, in-depth characters and their sisterly bond are emotionally engrossing. While she never specifically states what happened, it's easy to feel Dilly's pain in regard to Sierra. Hannah Williams couldn't wait to leave her small Illinois hometown for a fast-paced life in California. But when her sister Dilly is set for release from prison, the guilt Hannah has felt for 6 years causes her to return. She leaves behind her job and the man she's afraid to admit she loves. Bonnie Leung, Longings of the Heart. Both old and new fans will sweep away for the torrent of emotions in the second installment of the Sydney Code series. Readers will happily reacquainted with Hannah and John as they begin the next chapter in their lives. Leon does a wonderful job creating emotional drama rolled into secrecy, betrayal, and blackmail. 4 stars. Hannah is revealing in her new status as Mrs. John Bradshaw, but she never told John about the rape she endured or the baby she lost. When she finally shares her secret, his reaction confirms her worst fear. But as they struggle to work it out, Hannah is shocked to discover that someone else in their community knows her secret and is threatening to blackmail her. Interesting. Mystery and suspense. Jeffrey Deaver, The Bodies Left Behind, 4.5 stars. Jeffrey Deaver scores again with another ace thriller in his heart-stopping story. Ruthless killers hunt the heroes through a dense forest at night, no less. Just when it seems the game is over and you can catch your breath, and another turn of events ratchets up the terror. The Feldmans' weekend at their vacation home near a lake in the woods is interrupted by 2 masked intruders wielding guns. Stephen's call to 911 is cut off and the phone ripped from his hands. Still, his location is traced, and the sheriff sends Deputy Mackenzie to check things out, thus beginning a terrifying night during which Brian must call on her survival skills and the forest resources if she's to live to see the dawn. Michael Connelly, The Brass Verdict. Connelly essentially tells readers everything that will happen in this book with the title and the first line, but you'll want to find out that everything for yourself. Add in two of his most complex characters, Bosch and Haller, who are more closely connected than one of them realizes. After 2 years being out of circulation, defense attorney Mickey Haller is ready to put a couple of toes back into the water. But when his former colleague Jerry Vincent is murdered and leaves his practice to Mickey, the murder brings LAPD and Detective Harry Bosch to Mickey's door. Mickey and Bosch don't exactly hit it off, but Bosch will do what it takes to find a killer, even if it means using Mickey in a game he doesn't realize he's playing until it's almost too late. Where'd it go? Jonathan Kellerman, Bones. Kellerman gives longtime fans another terrific procedural that focuses on man's worst impulses. There are plenty of red herrings and just plain contradictory clues that keep both readers and protagonists guessing. Dinner with his pal LAPD Lieutenant Milo Sturgis involves psychologist Alex Delaware in a bizarre murder case. Milo has been called in to ensure that homicide detective Moses Reed doesn't miss anything as he works a case involving a woman's body minus a hand found in the protected marshland near Marina del Rey. The victim worked as a piano teacher for wealthy business tycoon musical prodigy son. When another skeleton remains are found nearby, it's apparent they have a serial killer. Now, my favorite author. Really? It has to be in this one. Let me go back and look. I know it's here. Yes, so it got 4.5 stars, so it should be on this page. Alright, it's right in front of my face and I can't see it. You'll have to check out my videos. My beloved Eve Dallas. My beloved Eve Dallas. I love these books. Eve Dallas is a lieutenant with the New York City Police's Security Department. She solves murder mysteries each case while developing relationships with other characters. By this time, in this book, which is book 27, sort of kind of 27, she's got Peabody as her partner, or maybe not quite yet, but Peabody's working with her. Rourke is her husband. Nadine is a reporter, and probably, I don't know if she has her own show, but later she gets her own show. And Mira is the department shrink, and Whitney is her boss, and Captain Feeney is her mentor. McNabb, yeah, is definitely Phoebe's co-head partner by this point. And then we have Mavis and Leonardo. And this got 4.5 stars. The 27th chapter in this amazingly consistent series is down and dirty procedural that keeps the focus on murders with any developments in the pivotal lives of characters taking a secondary role. Motivation is key in this intense tale as Rob defies readers on a journey of greed, murder, and manipulation. And you know that she's also Nora Roberts. When Father Miguel Flores dies after drinking sacramental wine laced with cyanide during a funeral mass, it's up to Lieutenant Eve Dallas to discover why. Oh, yeah. The hologram solves the case. Seriously. On the surface, Father Flores was a loved part of the community, but Eve starts to peel back the layers. She discovers he may not have been who he said he was. He's got lots of secrets. Lots of secrets. And it's all about the neighborhood. Please go check out my review for this. I love these books. And also in this, back in the day, I know it's in here. I know it's in here. Back in the day, Nora used to do 6 books a year. She would do 3 Noras. You know, Noras are always done in trilogy. And then she would do 2 hardcover J.D. Robs, and then she would do 2 short story J.D. Robs. And I know maybe it's not here, maybe it's the next. Maybe it's December's. I'll just put it up right now. It's probably December's Suite 606. It's probably book 27 and a half. Go check out my review for this. We'll talk about it next time. And we've got one more honorable mention. There goes Buster Brown again. Bing, 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 bing. Cozies. Donna Andrews, 6 Cecil's Lane. 3 stars. Andrew's story is filled with light humor, strong dialogue, and believable tension between characters, particularly Meg and her mother. When Santa Claus is murdered at the start of the holiday parade, amateur detective Meg Lanzo finds that being mistress of the revels is more stress than she imagined. Adding to her displeasure is a scandal-seeking newspaper reporter who's covering the parade. The victim is a cantankerous man who's chosen to play Santa because of his white beard, not his personality. Prior to the start of the parade, Santa had complained about the noisy children kicked a dog and endangered members of animal group activists, so the list of suspects is long. We will do this series. Please check out my videos for some of those. All right. I don't think I have that one. Okay. So we're going to skip contemporary romance because you know me. There's another book by that name. All right. Here we are. My genre. All right. Let's go through these as I see them. Wait till your vampire gets home. 4.5 stars. Broken Heart is getting pretty crowded with its ever-increasing band of supernatural entities. Bardley's has one of the most entertaining series in the market, and she keeps it fresh by having a different first-person narrative for each book. Since her parents founded the Paranormal Research and Investigative Service, Libby Monroe has been continually exposed to the hunt for supernatural. It's in the small town of Broken Heart, Oklahoma that Libby gets proof positive of the existence of the woohoo. Sulking around the cemetery, she stumbles across vampire and single father Ralph Genesis in the middle of a nasty fight between dragons. When the female dragon is mortally wounded, she insists on kissing Libby, thereby transferring her dragon essence. Libby and Ralph somehow end up sharing the dragon essence, which infuriates Sid, the dragon hunting for power. A clash of ancient powers in the offing, and whether she likes it or not, Libby is now front and center in the conflict. Oh, I wanted to mention, and I've talked about these before, but I never got into these because I didn't like the fact that a different author was doing. It's a series, and they're connected, but a different author did each book. And they were quite popular, very popular. It was the Immortal series, and Jennifer Ashley, Joy Nash, Robin T. Pop rotated. They each wrote a book. about the same series. So you'll have to, if you want to check that out. I didn't particularly care for it because I didn't like that it was a different author each time. Cheyenne McCrae, Dark Magic. It's down to the final epic battle in the conclusion of McCrae's inspired and magical series. The star-crossed couple faces long odds both in war with evil and their fight against destiny. Fans of the blistering series won't be disappointed. McCrae does a stellar job. 4.5 stars. For centuries, Casa has hidden her true nature from Dianu witches, whose coven she's joined. Casa is not a Dianu witch, but a full-blooded elven princess and the daughter of the Great Guardian. Although Cassia knows it's time for her to ascend and take her place as Guardian, she refuses to leave the allies in the battle against the now god warlike Darkwolf. As human leader of the paranormal special forces, Jake McCrager has become an expert on things otherworldly. Discovering that Casa is not human doesn't deter Jake, who has long felt a growing bond, but the odds are unfortunately stacked against his pair. Even if they survive the war with Darkfell, Drake will lose Cassia to her otherworld duties. I did the individual video on this book, so please go check it out. I did a whole series on the Arganistos, Roman Dragonesti. They manufacture fake synthetic blood, so vampires don't have to drink from the neck of the people, and they fight the malcontents. You'll have to check out my whole series on this. Got 4.5 stars. Ian McPhee was just 15 when he turned into a vampire. He gladly suffers 12 days of excruciating pain to age 1 year for each day. Now he looks older. He wants to find his true love. He's determined that she must be a vampire until he meets Tony Davis. Taking a job as a day god for the vampires, Tony is trying to get proof that the bloodsuckers are real so that a friend of hers won't be considered a mental case. As she gets to know the vampire, she soon realizes that she can't reveal them in any way. She's dealing with a lot of surprising revelations, the attraction she feels for Ian, and the dangerous vampires called the malcontents. I remember this. He suffered because he was guardian Jean-Claude Lucerne. It was the designer guy in Texas. Yeah, see, I remember all this. So go check out my video for this, my individual for all this whole series, if you're still here. Carrie Arthur, Destiny Kills. The exhilarating author begins the most intriguing new supernatural series. Since the story is told from the heroine's point of view, Destiny's initial memory loss is a clever way to put readers into a place where they experience her feelings of Pearl. Waking up next to a dead man with gaping holes in your memory is horrifying, to say the least. At least Destiny does remember that she's being chased and that being recaptured is not an option. As pieces of her memory turn, Destiny realizes her dead companion is her lover and fellow captive Egan. Egan and Destiny also shared a genetic history. Egan was an air dragon and Destiny is a sea dragon. While Egan's half-brother Trey Wilson turns up, Destiny doesn't quite trust him, but if she's to free her mother and other dragons held by vicious scientists, she certainly needs his help. And we will... I didn't take these out. Why did I didn't take these out? Oh, because they're not done. Oh, yeah, they're done. Well, that one isn't done. Okay. So. Oh, there it is. Oh. This was in the paranormal section. That's why I took it out. Rob leads with ritual and death, where Eve and Rourke are drawn into a brutal murder with decidedly satanic overtones. Why is this in? Blaney follows with Love Endures, in which widowed young mother Summer Cassidy must contend with the ghost of her deceased husband. So you'll have to go check out my individual review on this. This got 4 stars. I only did the J.D. Robb story. I didn't do the others. McComas rounds things out with A Wayward Wizard, which follows the adventures of Marie Bennett and her young son Hugh when they are sucked into a museum exhibit and needs a most intriguing wizard. So that's where that was. I don't have that one anymore. See which. So they're starting to split up paranormal and urban fantasy. That's what the problem is. There. Laurie Handelin, 4.5 stars. Handelin is back with a striking new series, The Phoenix Chronicles, narrated by heroine thrown headfirst into a fairly apocalyptic scenario, with sex and power intertwined. While ex-cop Liz Phoenix has always known she was psychic, she is not aware of the frightening destiny that awaits her when her foster mother, Ruby, is really attacked, and she manages to tell Liz before she dies. The final battle has begun, and Liz must fight it. It's up to fellow ex-foster kid Jimmy Sojichi to fill in the blanks. Ruthie had been a powerful seer and Jimmy her demon-killing tool. Now it's up to Liz. Despite her reservations, she has no choice but for someone or something is sending only nasty supernatural assassins after her. And oh, this cracks me up. I usually don't do books with only a couple stars. This series was. If you like adult sex, this is the books for you. This is the series. I've got them all. This is Laurel K. This is the 7th book in the Mary Gentry series of a piece with the previous 6 descriptions of clothing, hair, and eyes take precedence over the story. She just spends pages on clothing. Sid, Princess Meredith Nistis, is recently raped by her uncle, is in the hospital recovering when her grandmother visits. Everything becomes normal until Mary's Gram becomes so angry that she loses control of her power and tries to kill her with power forced upon her by her other granddaughter. Swearing vengeance, Mary rides the wild hunt. We won't go into the rest of it. So, I think, what page was the picture? I know it was here somewhere. I showed you this before. The Maria Lima, Matters of the Blood. Another kicking-ass heroine enters the paranormal area in Lima's bloodthirsty whodunit. I showed you the picture, and I know that by the time I get to this, I'm not going to want to put it up. This video is going to take 10 hours to upload. Easy 10 hours. I hope you all watched it. Next month's going to be good too. December's going to be good. And my ideas for future podcasts got me so excited. I can't make these stupid videos fast enough. Of course. Oh, there's Miss Laurel. There she is. I love this magazine. I could read this magazine forever, and hours and hours and hours, and think of new ideas. I know it was here. I'll probably just put the picture up. Oh. I guess I was wrong. now this is frustrating. Because I know it was here. I showed it to you. I showed it to you. How embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed. Oh, here it is. Okay. Matters of the blood. Right? Yeah. The blue one. Matters of the blood. 4 stars. Another kick-ass heroine enters the paranormal arena in LIMA's bloodthirsty whodunit. Feisty Kira narrates with a biting sense of humor. The secondary characters, both supernatural and human, are well done. Kira Kelly comes from a powerful paranormal family of shapeshifters and clairvoyants, but she chooses to live in Texas among her humor friends. Her clan insists she keep an eye on her human cousin Marty, who's been disowned. Kira is just beginning to come into her own power and is having visions of dead Marty. The vision comes true when Marty is found with bite marks on his neck. The sheriff, Kira's former boyfriend, suspects her new guy, Adam Walker, but Kira doesn't believe it. And they also do, just a quick note here, Harlequins. Those are all the Harlequins and all the reviews for this book, all these books. Look at all these books. Look at all these books. All the reviews are here. They're all here. Look at all these reviews. Aren't they awesome? I love this magazine. I love it. I just can't get enough of it. More Harlequins. Harlequins. Look at those reviews. They reviewed all those books. All of them. And then we have the dirty ones. Look. Look at all the ones they did. All the erotica down here. All the secrets. Sirens. I used to have these. I don't know where they are. Anya Bast. Lauren Dane. Used to have those too. They might be upstairs. Oh, the conventions. Oh, I missed the conventions. They were awesome. One of our vampires, Lindsay Sands' book did it, where the one of the protagonists went to the convention. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed all these books. I hope maybe you'll check some of them out. And definitely please hit the like and subscribe. And if you're still here, well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it because I'm still here. Please hit the like. This is going to take 20 hours to upload, I swear to God. All right. And don't forget Star Trek Fridays, the Flashback Mondays, the book reviews in between. And I've got 2 new series coming out. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. Have a good one. Oh, it's such a rainy day.